And welcome everyone to another episode of Table Ladders and Talk. Welcome to another episode of Table Ladders and Talk. Got a great broadcast
Endless
lineup.
experiences to leave.
There we go. Got a great broadcast lineup for you. We got so much going on in the world of wrestling today. We got so much that's going on in the world of wrestling today, and I want to make sure that I do my part to catch you up to speed as to what's going on. The phone lines are open. All you have to do is give us a call, 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to be a part of the broadcast, just send me a request, and I will actually send you a link. I'm multitasking right now, so bear with me just 1 second while I get everything up and running. But yeah, there's so much going on in the world of wrestling today, man. There's so much that's going on, and it's hard to keep up with it all. You got AEW. I'm gonna tell you something. AEW, what they're doing right now and how they're doing it right now. They're taking this thing called wrestling. Excuse me, to a totally different level. They're taking this thing to a totally different level. It's absolutely amazing what they're doing. The people that they're bringing in and how they're using them. Man, I just got to say it, man. This Cody Rhodes situation. Cody is coming back. Cody will be back. It's either this Friday or next week Wednesday. I'm thinking of next week Wednesday, but he's coming back and he's going to have his return match against Malachi Black, and that's going to be an amazing. That within itself, that is going to absolutely be a barn burner. How JB says that's going to be a barn burner right there. I can't wait to see that match and to see how they play this thing out. Cody's been away for a little bit. He was about to retire. He was about to give it up, man, but things happen. And when they do happen, Malachi, he came in and he forced his hand. He forced Cody's hand, and now they're going to have this huge match. Malachi has been going through a lot of people. I like how they're building his character right now. What do you think, though? You all give me a call, 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. Do you like what they're doing with Malachi Black? Do you like the direction that they're going with him? An obvious question. Did okay, let me see what we got here. Did WWE did they drop the ball with them? Did they drop the ball? They got there's this conversation right now. There's talk right now that let me see. Is this thing? I'm checking my thing, make sure everything. There we go. There's talk. There's conversation right now that Wyatt is coming. There's conversation right now that Wyatt is actually coming to AEW as well, and I'm constantly asking the question: are they getting too many chefs in the kitchen? But the way that they're using everybody, man, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's going to be very interesting. Kenny Omega. There's so much to cover today, and Kenny Omega against Bryan Danielson. That's going to be an amazing match. I just hope that they turn this into somewhat of a series. And let them guys just go at it, man. Let them wrestle 5 or 6 matches. Easy, 5 or 6 matches, man. They could do that series and it could go on for a few months. There's so many ways you could play this whole thing out. There's so many different ways you can play it out, man. It's going to be absolutely amazing just to see how AEW do this Bryan Danielson match against Kenny Omega. Do you have Bryan Danielson to take the title off him the first couple of matches, the first match or two? Do you have it? And how do you have the whole situation that's going on? His group with the group that Kenny Omega is with right now. How do you play that out, man? Does Kenny Omega, after he lose, and eventually he would have to lose? I'm gonna tell you, Bryan Danielson is the guy. He called himself now. He's back to the name, the American Dragon. I mean, it's amazing to see what they are doing. It's absolutely amazing to see what they are doing, and I think Honestly speaking, I think they're doing it right. I really think that AEW is doing this thing the right way. They're making wrestling very interesting again. They're making wrestling very interesting again, and I'm so happy. I'm gonna say it like this: I'm high and a happy, elephant and lady, and porcupine proud to be a wrestling fan in this era right now, because there's so many good things going on. Man, AEW is making me proud to be a wrestling fan all over again. And it's just amazing what they're doing. You got CM Punk. Ah, CM Punk was doing. I think he was doing a great job on commentary last night, and how they came out, had Taz come out and approach him and talk about the things that they talked about, and then they baited him in. They baited CM Punk in, and he didn't see it coming. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think CM Punk saw that company coming, and to have him against Powerhouse Hobbs, to have CM Punk to go up against Powerhouse Hobbs, that's going to be an amazing. That again, that could be a series right there. They're giving us it, and see what I want you all to understand, and please don't lose the vision. AEW is giving us this stuff for free. It's not on a pay-per-view. I mean, they could very well be moving toward a pay-per-view. They could really be doing that. But right now, it's not a pay-per-view. It's not a pay-per-view that they're doing. It's regular matches that they're showing on television. And that's how they're building. They're building up to the next pay-per-view is going to be absolutely amazing. The next pay-per-view, the last one that they had, All Out, man, I absolutely, as a wrestling fan, I absolutely loved it from start to finish. From start to finish, it was an amazing pay-per-view. One of the best I've seen in years. One of the best pay-per-views that I have seen in years. And what do you think? Do you agree with me? Was that one of the best pay-per-views? Was All Out one of the best? And how they highlighted different people they had Adam Cole come out. Adam Cole, and we knew somebody was coming. We knew it was time for them to pull the sheets off and show somebody, have somebody there. We knew that. Okay, that's good. And to have Adam come out and the way that they built that whole thing, and then he joined back with his old group, joined back up with his old comrades, and they did that, and we thought that was it, and that could have been it. The pay-per-view could have gone off right there, and everybody would have been satisfied. Everybody would have been happy. But there will still be that thing in the back of your mind. Okay, now when is Bryan Danielson coming? When is he coming? When is he going to show up? But to have him to show up that night, man, that was amazing to see. And the whole pay-per-view, I'm gonna tell you something. The whole pay-per-view from start to finish, there wasn't a to me, and this is just me talking. I love wrestling. I've been looking at wrestling ever since I was knee high to a grasshopper. I've been watching wrestling ever since I was knee high to a grasshopper. I could take you back, way on back, as far as you want to go, and we could talk about wrestling. That's one of the best pay-per-views I've seen from start to finish. And there was no letdown match. There was really no. To me, there was not a letdown match on that whole card at all, and I'm really waiting to see the next one. I think it's going to be in November. If anybody is up on that, please give me a call and let me know. But I think the next pay-per-view, AEW pay-per-view, is going to be in November, and I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. And I think you're going to have a few more people that's going to come out. I think you have a few more people that's actually going to come out and make their debut at the next pay-per-view. Now, what do you think about the? I spoke just briefly, and there's so much to talk about. You know, I'm not going to. Typically, I get on a topic. I talk about that topic for X amount of time. Then I go to the next topic, talk about that for X amount of time. Not gonna do that today. Not gonna do that today. Don't expect that to happen today. I'm just telling you, there's so much to cover. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna talk about this for a little bit. I'm gonna go to something else. I'm gonna talk about that. Then I may even come back to it again. And so when the people started calling in, and they may want to talk about something totally different. And so my thing is, we cover all things wrestling here. All things wrestling. Now we've been talking about AEW, and we've been covering AEW, but right now I have to. Hey, Jamel, how you doing, Jamel Lewis? Good to have you, brother. I have to go to WWE, and honestly speaking, WWE has been letting me down. It's been a little disappointing. Last couple of months, it's been a little disappointing. It's the same. It's pretty much the same thing. The same ball of wax, just molded in the same way. I was about to give him credit and say molded differently, but it wasn't. It's the same ball of wax molded the same way. So my thing is, but I like what they did just the other night when they had Big E to come in, man. He cashed in his money in the bank. And your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion is Big E. Big E is the new WWE World Champion. I never thought I would see the day that Big E and Kofi, when Kofi wanted, that was one thing. And it was great to have Kofi as a champion for his run, but I thought it was going to stop right there. I thought it was going to stop right there, and that was going to be the extent of it. But now you have Big E. He's your WWE champion. He is your WWE champion. What are they going to do with it? They've been building them for a minute. What are they going to do with that? What and my question is, what are they going to do with that now that he's the champion? What are they going to do? Is he going to hold the champion for? Is he going to be just a champion maybe for a month, a couple of months, or they're going to let him have an actual run? And who are they building to come up and to defeat him? Drew McIntyre. That immediately comes to my mind. Drew McIntyre, I've seen how they've been building him last couple of weeks. Had him lose a match, and he came back last couple of nights, and he actually won and won impressively. So are they building Drew McIntyre back up to go against Big E? And naturally, they have to have the Lashley have to have his rematch. He have to have his rematch. Eventually, he have to have that. But do you give the title back to Lashley? Or do you give it back to McIntyre? See, that's the whole thing, and that's my whole issue with WWE. Who do you really have that can do anything? Lastly, an Orton match was a good match. It really was a good match. It was a good match, but Orton is already the world's tag team champion. Now it has happened before. He's already the world's tag team champion. So I kind of figured. I say that they are not going to put the title on him. They're not going to let him. And Big E had already said tonight. He had made the announcement tonight. I'm going to cash it in. I'm going to cash it in tonight. I'm not going to wait till next week. I'm not going to let it be a surprise tonight. And how they sold that whole thing with Lashley hurting his knee and having an injury to his leg. Brilliant. That was brilliant. But what do you think? Give me a call. The phone lines again. The phone lines are open. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. This is Table, Ladders, and Talk. All things wrestling. Got some more stuff I want to talk about now. Darby Allin. He defeated Shawn Spears. And at the end of that match, there was a little activity going on at the end of that match. Now you have a match coming up. I think it's going to be Wednesday. They got so much going on, man. And there's going to be a 4-hour show, and they're going to be each show, because right now Rampage is only an hour show, but I think next week it's going to be a 2-hour show as well. It's going to be a 2-hour episode, and that's going to be amazing to have it for 2 hours, because in that 1 hour you having to crunch so much in 1 hour. It's real hard for them to do that, because they have so many stories to tell. So to crunch all that into 1 hour is a challenge, and I know it's a challenge for them to do it. There's a lot of promos. AEW right now is doing a lot, and they're doing great promos. But I looked at it last night. I was like, man, there's a lot of promos going on right now. A lot of promos. Everybody's having promos now. What do you all think about Miro? I can. It's so crazy. This is so crazy. I can't remember the guy's name, and I do apologize. No disrespect to him, but he's putting his car on the line. Now we all know this guy is not going to beat Miro. There's no way. He's not. That character that Miro is playing right now, love it. Absolutely love it. I think it's amazing what they're doing with him and how he's doing it. I think it's absolutely amazing. It's worth watching. It is really worth watching, and and how they're selling him right now. He's doing a great job. He's good on the mic. He's selling it. God's only champion, or God's champion, so whatever it is, man. But it's absolutely amazing to see. It is amazing to see. Where my wrestling fans at today? Where are my wrestling fans? 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give me a call. Would love to hear from you. Love to have your input. Again, there's so much going on right now. Jade Cargill, she beat legit Layla Hirsch last night. What did y'all think about that match? Does Cargill have all the ingredients to be a champion? Does she have all the ingredients to be a champion? They don't. I don't think they use her enough right now. I don't think they use her enough, but rather they do or not. Does she have the ingredients to be the women's champion? Is she good enough? Physically, you look at her physique and you're like, yeah, man, she's cut. She's absolutely cut. But does she have the talent? With everybody, with all the ladies that's coming in, Ruby is there now. With all these people that's coming in, does she have the talent to be the champion? If she became the champion, in a month, say a month, do you think she will be able to hold and represent the championship well? Do you think that she has the right ingredients at this point in her career? Does she have all the ingredients to be the champion? If it's a buy or sell, would you buy it or would you sell it? What would you say about that? Jade Cargill, would you buy it or would you sell it, her as the champion? 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. What do you think about the women's division and AEW? What do you think about the women's division and AEW? Does it hold up against WWE, NXT, and all the other divisions out there? Impact. How would you rate? Yes, that's good. Now, if you had to rate the women's division in AEW right now, not a month from now, not what it used to be, but right now, if you had to rate the women's division, and we're strictly talking the women's division in AEW, what rating would you give it? A, B, C, D, or would it be a failing grade? And please be able to explain to me why you feel the way that you feel. Please be able to explain to me why you would give it the grade that you would give it. The women's division, A, B, C, which is very average, D, or would it be a failing grade? Would the women's division and AEW get a failing grade right now? Do they have enough talent? And we're basing this on talent. Are you impressed with it? Does it grab and capture your attention? What do you say about the women's division? Who is in the women's division except D? Anyway, I love her, man. She's Britt Baker. She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. But does it have enough talent? Do the women's division have enough talent right now? Should they go out there and grab a few more people? I mean, 80% of the 85% of the show is being pushed right now by the men. If you were to flip it, would the women be able? If you were to flip it just a little bit, would the women be able to carry? Would the women be able to carry a show right now? Even a Rampage, which is a 1 hour show. Do you think the ladies of AEW will be able to carry a 1 hour show to the level that they are right now? Keep you interested, keep you engaged. Would they be able to do it? 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. What do you say to that? FTR. Listen, Matt Riddell and Dante Martin. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Dante Martin, this young guy, and Matt Riddell, he's out. He's everywhere I see him. He's always amazing. He's a great little guy. I have to say it like that. He's a great little guy. He's certainly not a big show, but He's a great wrestler, a technical, very technical wrestler. I think he's good. But this young guy, Dante Martin, he is the guy's amazing, man. He put me in the mind of Ricochet. Some of the things that he could do in that ring, and how he's all over the place. And they use this term in wrestling all the time: defy gravity. I think Dante really defies gravity. Some of the things that he do in that ring and that he's able to do. He if he stays healthy and keep his head on it right, I think he has a huge upside. I think he have a huge upside. MJ Matthew, whatever his name is. You know the guy, man. How great is he? How great is he? Is he a great wrestler? At his age right now, is he a great wrestler? Does he have the potential of being a great wrestler? Had he come along in a different time, would he be I'm gonna tell you, guy's amazing. He's absolutely amazing on the mic. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I don't think you're gonna find too many people that could work the mic like he can. I don't think you're gonna find too many people that can actually work their mic like he does. He does an amazing job. He really do. Talent wise, he has some. Yes, yeah. One of the things that I am glad at, one of the things that I am happy with, and I'm glad that Jericho. I'm absolutely glad that Jericho did not lose. I'm glad that Jericho did not lose that match against him, because MJF his right now, it's real difficult right now for him to walk through a door, because his head is so big. It's hard for him to walk through the door because his head is so big. Now, had they given him that, and he would have been the one to retire Chris Jericho, you have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. And we would absolutely have had a problem, because the guy, talent wise, I play around, but I'm gonna tell you something. Talent wise, I think the guy has all the talent in the world. I think the guy has all the talent. MJF, I think he have all the talent in the world, and I think he has we see a huge upside. I think he have a huge upside. I really do. I think he have a huge upside, but is he going to get in his own way? Is he going to get in his own way? What do you think about Suzuki? Suzuki being there in AEW. What do you think about the series that he's going to have with Moxley? I think it's going to be absolutely amazing to see. It's going to be amazing to see, but I think, and this is just me talking, I think that that whole thing is going to get lost in the wash. I think that whole thing is going to absolutely get lost in the wash, because you got so many other great things going on right now. You got so many great things going on right now, and so I think it's absolutely going to get lost. Britt Baker, DMD, Britt Baker. If she was in WWE right now, would Britt Baker be the champion? If Britt Baker was in WWE right now, would she be champion? Who do you think? What do you think would be a great match? If you put Britt Baker in a match with anybody in WWE, who do you think would have the best match? Who do you think that she would have the best match with? 508. 924-3521, 508-924-3521. Again, 508-924-3521. I'm doing some research when I talk to you, so excuse me if I sound a little distracted. But Thunder Rosa, that's who I would love to be, to carry the title. Thunder Rosa. I think she's absolutely amazing. I think she is absolutely amazing. The way she works and the things that she can do in the ring, absolutely amazing, man. I promise you, you won't find anybody better. Any female in the women's division of AEW. I don't think there's anybody in the women's division of AEW that's better than Thunder Rosa. Now, some will say Jade Cargill, some will say DMD, but I can't think of two. Bunny. I don't know about Bunny. I don't know about Bunny. Bunny's been in the business for a long time. You know, I remember her days at Impact. I remember her days at TNA in Impact. She had a pretty good character over there, but at the same time, I don't see her as one that can carry that whole division. I don't see her as anybody that can carry that whole division. Man, I'm staying on AEW a lot today, but you know, it's AEW is the best thing out there right now. Sammy Guevara. How great is he? Sammy Guevara. Can he be a TNA champion? Do you think he could be a TNA champion? Sammy Guevara. Can he be the one? Would it be believable to you if Sammy was to take the title off of Miro? Would that be believable to you? If Sammy Guevara was to take the title off of Miro, Miro is right now, and actually I'm looking at the standings right now, and Miro is 12-0. Miro has not lost a match. Malachi, you know, he's 4-0, but he hadn't been there quite as long. I'm trying to look who has a better record. I think Miro has the best ratings. Sting is 0-0. He hadn't had a singles match yet, but he's 3-0 in tag teams. But I don't foresee Sting actually doing too many single matches at all, unless he go against somebody like a Tully Blanchard. Not that Sting cannot, you know, carry it, because he absolutely can. He can, but I think he's at a point in his career right now where, you know, he's not too interested in going out there and especially a lot of the young guys. I don't think he's too interested in going out there and competing with a lot of the young guys in single matches. I mean, in a tag team match, you know, he can take his little breaks from time to time, do what he's gonna do, have his moments, and go back and stand on the outside of the ring. Fuego del Sol, 1-17, 1-17, and he put his car on the. He's putting his car on the line. He's put. He got a brand new car. He gonna have the car for about a week, because Miro's gonna take that car next week. And man, why they doing this young man like that? He really believed that he's going to go out there and take the TNA title off of Miro. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. El Idolo Angelades. What do y'all think about him? I had to say it like that. Angelades. What do y'all think about him? And his talent. What do you think about him and his talent? Is he talented enough? I've seen him, and one thing about it, and actually, they was talking about this last night. He has so many different styles that he could do, but what are they doing right now with him and Guerrero, Chavo? Because they're saying that Chavo, Pac messed up the flight, so he couldn't get there, messed up his match. They had this turn on him. They turned on Chavo. Chavo, you know, they dismissed him, physically dismissed him. They put a little physical beating on him to dismiss him. And now he's no longer in their camp. So how does Chavo come back? because Chavo, he have to answer this thing. I mean, unless they just, this is their way of just writing him off. But outside of that, he have to come back with somebody. He have to come back with somebody that's going to compete, because I don't think he's to the point where he's going to get in that ring himself. And even if it does, it won't work out well for him. Not against Andrade. So what do you do? Who do you have come in? Who do you have to come in and let Chavo be over this individual to go against Angelides? Who do you have? I mean, I don't think there's anyone there right now that can really come in and compete against him at the level that he is right now. I don't think you have anybody. And the person that does this have to be a legitimate bad behind. Some people use a B, that word BA, but I try not to talk like that. So you have to be a legitimate bad behind. Some of my wrestling fans that don't mind using certain words, call me and tell me, and so you could be my interpreter. You could be my interpreter and tell them exactly what I mean when I say bad behind. But the wrestling term is a little different. It's it'd be a legitimate bad. And I listen to I listen to JR, and JR he's of a certain age, man, a legend in the game. Been doing this thing for a long time, but JR still drop a word or two on you every now and then. He said he want him to whoop his asbestos. He didn't say asbestos, but I'm trying to clean it up just a little bit. And I could do that. Okay. And somebody that come in with Chavo have to be a genuine bad asbestos. But I don't mean asbestos, right? I don't mean asbestos. But anyway, give us a call, 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. What do you see? I spoke earlier about the CM Punk situation. I mean, are they bringing him along well? Because he's going to fight Powerhouse Hobbs. I think you have to let Punk go over. You have to let Punk go over in that match in some kind of way. So what's next? What's next? AEW, what's next for CM Punk? What's next on the totem pole? After this little feud with because he have to fight everybody that's in the Taz family. They're gonna come out, they're gonna jump him a few times, and he have now he have to align himself with somebody, because there's power in numbers. And right now Taz has the numbers. You have 4, 3, 4, 5 against 1. Most of the time that 1 is going to lose. 9.99 and a half 0.2 times that 1 is going to lose when you're going against 3, 4, 5 people. And so if that be the case, who do you align CM Punk with? Who do you put in? Who's CM Punk gonna line himself up with to pretty much watch his back? Because if not, week after week after week, he's gonna be through a table, back through this, and thrown out of this, and beat down like this. Every week it's gonna be the same thing. He'll have his moments. Yeah, he'll have his moments. He will. He'll have his moments where he'll do something decent. He'll represent himself pretty well. But then here comes the numbers. Before you know it, 2 or 3 is hitting the ring. Now you got to fight 2 or 3 different people, 4 people. Unless he Bruce Lee, ain't gonna do it. So who do you line CM Punk with? Who do you put in his corner that's going to be able to watch his back? Is it Allen, Darby Allin? Would it be Darby Allin? But then again, Darby Allin has a situation going on as well. So what do you do with that? I mean, you have to have somebody come in and watch his back and make sure that he's covered. Make sure that he's covered. If not, the way this wrestling thing go, the way this wrestling game going, that I've been looking at ever since I was knee high to a grasshopper. I know how this thing go. I've seen it. I've seen a lot. CM Punk is it's going to be in a bad situation. CM Punk is going to be in a very bad situation because the numbers. It's real hard to beat the numbers. It's real hard. It's real difficult. Adam Cole, Frank Kazarian, great match. It was a great match. That was a real good match. From start to finish, it was a real good match. but you cannot have Adam Cole lose right now. And I noticed that a lot of times when somebody make their debut, when they first get there, Frank Kazarian is the one that they wrestle. Let me see what his rating is. What's his record? Frankie Kazarian. What is your record? Let me see. It can't be too great. Christian 7-1. Okay, Frankie Kazarian. Where are you? Let me see. Here you are. Oh, that's not bad. They say he's 10-2. He's 10-2. Tag team 14-1. Nah, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. That's good. That's good. Let me see. Let me go. Where's Jungle Boy? I'm looking at Jungle Boy's rating. He's 13-2, 13-2, 13-4 in tag teams, 1-1 in trios. Moxley. Somebody asked about Moxley. Okay. Moxley is 13-2. In singles, he's 13-2. You know, one of those two is when he lost against your champion. When he lost against your champion, Kenny. Tainted win. Tainted loss, if you will. I guess you can say tainted loss. Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is 7-1. 1-2 in tag teams. 6-0 in trios. Undefeated in trios. Maybe he should stay in trio matches. Who else we got here? Oh, Luchasaurus. 4-0. Undefeated. 4-0. 12-3. 12-3 in tag team matches and 1-0 in trios. Lee Johnson. I didn't know his record was as good as it is. 10-4. 6-7 in tag teams and 1-0 in trios. Lance Archer, 12-3. 0-1 in tag teams and 1-0 in trios. Okay. Some of the guys got some pretty impressive records. Matt Hardy, you need to do better. He's 8-4 in singles. 8-4. That's not good. That's not good at all. Matt Sydal, 11-6. 11-6. And what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to figure out who would be the best bet to beat them. And I'm doing this for a reason, Miro. But I'm gonna tell you, and I don't know how they would do this, but I would love to see I said Sammy Guevara. I would love to see him go up against him. MJF. But I think MJF is going through a little flip flop right now. He's going through because I think him and Wardlow is they're building it right now to put a wedge between those. I think they're trying to put a wedge because if you remember last week, MJF he kind of disrespected Wardlow, and Wardlow took it some kind of way. And so I'm thinking that they're actually in a roundabout way building this up. They're building this up. Malachi 4-0. Hadn't had a tag team or a trio match as of yet, but I'm sure that's coming as well. Pac is 9-2. He's 9-2. Orange Cassidy. Anybody that know me know how I feel about Orange Cassidy. I'm just not impressed with the guy. 15-1, 15-1-1, 4-1 tag teams, 6-1 in trios. But I'm just not. I'm just not impressed with Orange Cassidy. I mean, his whole style. I know they love him. They love him in AEW. Tony absolutely loves the guy. Tony loves him. But my thing is, I'm not impressed with Orange Cassidy at all. He is he's like to me he's a gimmick guy, much like Riddle in WWE. Gimmick guy. Now Riddle can go, but the character that he's playing is more of a gimmick guy. And I'm really not impressed with that at all. Not impressed with that at all. What's Penta? Penta's that's my guy there, Penta. Where is he at? There he is. Oh man, 6-3, 17-2, and 17-2 in tag teams, and 4-2 in trios. Powerhouse Hobbs 16-2, 3-0 in tag teams, and 2-0 in trios. Ray Phoenix 6-2, 13-1 in tag teams, and 4-2 in trios. Ricky Starks 3-1. Man, you need to get in the ring more. 3-1, 7-1 in tag teams, and 7-2 in trios. Okay, Scorpio. I didn't realize your record was as good as it is, Scorpio. Scorpio Sky's 11-1. Only lost one match on singles match. He's 9-1. And that's gonna be interesting what they're going to do with them in the next couple of weeks. 9-1 in tag teams. And yeah. It's going to be interesting what they're doing with Scorpio and Paige. It's very interesting what they're doing with those two in the direction that they're going in. Wardlow is 6-2. Wardlow is 6-2, 5-0 in tag teams, and 1-0 and trios. Career, he's 23-6. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm trying. Let me see here. Okay. Scorpio. I wanted to look at his overall number. Scorpio Sky career is 48-15. Because I know because I was sitting there and I was thinking, I was like, man, he had a little run where he was losing a lot of matches at one time, but they're saying 11-1. That doesn't add up. Okay, over the career, he's 48-15. 48-15 in his career. Sammy Guevara is on 5-1, 1-1. In his whole career, though, he's 27-23. Need to do better, brother. Need to do better. But there's a lot going on. Now, let's talk championships. Right now, you have a few champions in AEW. Let me go to my championship roster here, and we're gonna have some competition. You know who the world champion is? That's the Kenny Omega. Britt Baker is the women's world champion. Miro, he's the TNA champion, and the tag team champion are the Lucha Brothers, and I'm so glad to see that. I'm so glad to see those guys on top. You know, they deserve it, man. Those guys work very hard, and every match that you see is it. JB, I'm gonna have to say it. It's a barn burner. Jim Ross. It's a barn burner. Business just picked up. And so that's what it is right now. Lucha Brothers are absolutely amazing. They're absolutely amazing. In the ring. How often can you do the Lucha up and Lucha? How often can you do that though? I'm getting a little caught up with what they do, hands up, hands down, and you might need to hold back on that just a little bit. But at the same time, I think that it's absolutely amazing to have those guys as the champions. How long are they going to be champions? Don't know. I'm not really sure about that, because FTR is still an amazing team. They're still an absolutely amazing team, and so I think you can keep the titles on them for a few months, and then you have to shift it around and give it to somebody else. Is it going to be FTR? I don't know. Is it going to be Jericho? Don't know. Jericho is one of the guys you could put him with pretty much anybody, and you'll be able to sell it. Jericho is one of those guys you could put him with pretty much anybody and be able to sell it and make it make sense. Phone lines open. Give us a call. We got a few more minutes before we get out of here. Actually, we got 13 minutes before we get out of here. Give me a call. Let me know what you think about AEW versus WWE, AEW versus Raw or SmackDown. Which one would you say? If AEW had to go head to head against either Raw or SmackDown, I'm not even putting NXT in the equation, because they mop the floor with NXT. I think that's just me. If you had to put AEW against either Raw or SmackDown, which one would they fare better against? Which one would they fare? AEW right now at this point in time, if AEW went head up against Raw, would they beat Raw? Or if they went head up against SmackDown, would they beat SmackDown? Which one do you think AEW has a better chance of standing up against and defeating right now? Because and the whole soup that is WWE. If you put AEW against that whole soup that is WWE, SmackDown, Raw, NXT, how would they fare? Do they have enough just yet to even compete? Do they have enough right now to even compete? Do you think it will be a very fair comparison? Because AEW has what, about 3 years now? They've been here for about 3 years. Do you think it'll be a fair comparison to have AEW to go up against WWE, the machine that is WWE right now? Do you think it'll be a fair comparison? Do you think they will be able to fare well enough and do well enough against these guys? That is WWE, against this machine that's been in operation for many, many, many years. Do you think AEW has enough firepower to go up against these guys and to make and to make a positive, a positive, respectable representation of themselves? Would they have to bring in Japan guys? Would they have to bring in some of the Impact guys in order to really compete against that machine, which is WWE? Would they have to? Would it be totally necessary for them to bring in other entities, or would they be able to do it on their own right now? Interesting. I honestly speaking, with direction that they're going in right now and how they're doing it, I would say they need just a little bit more time. They need just a little bit more time because and the reason why I say that they need a little more time, not because they're not good enough, but I think if you give WWE just a little bit more time, they're going to continue to shoot themselves in the foot. They're going to continue to shoot themselves in the foot. They're going to continue to do the things like they did with Becky Lynch. They're going to continue to do things like that, and they're going to piss off the audience. A lot of people did not like the fact that you had her to lose that title, had her to lose that title in less than a minute at a pay-per-view. Now, this young lady, she's carried the division all this time. All of a sudden, here comes the man. Here comes the man. Have a little conversation, ring the bell, go to shake her hand, sucker punch her, put your finisher on, less than a minute, 1, 2, 3, and new Women's World. Come on. I've seen matches where she actually went against so many people, man, and fought 20, 30 minutes. Had all kind of stuff thrown at her, all kind of things happened to her, and she continued. And she continued to wrestle, kicked out. But you gonna have the man coming there, hit her with an elbow, pick her up, drop her down, and 1, 2, 3, just like that, the match is over. Just like that, you take the title off her. Off the bestest, the EST of WWE. She the EST. Say they've been selling her, and she's been selling this thing, the EST of WWE. Now you have the EST of WWE, the fastest, the biggest, the baddest, all this, and she's going to lose in less than a minute to somebody that hadn't been on wrestling for over a year or so. Hadn't been in wrestling for over a year or so, and she walked in the door, and because she walked in the door, you give her the title. Man, Seth Rollins must have some pull over there because his wife just do what she want to do. The man. Wow. I don't get it. And that's one of the reasons why I say give about another year or two. Let WWE continue to shoot themselves in the foot, continue to fire all these wrestlers that they're firing. People say, well, only thing AEW is doing is picking up WWE's garbage. Call it what you want to call it. Call it if that's what you want to call it what you want to call it. But I think I look at it a little differently. What I say is they're capitalizing on opportunities to get the talent that they need to compete against the animal, against the beast. That's what I say. And I know a lot of people, I go to a lot of sites, I talk to a lot of different people, and they say, well, only thing AEW, every time WWE dismiss somebody, here come AEW sweeping up the road and picking them up. Okay. It's called business. It's called business. If you want to let all these guys go, and a lot of them don't want to be there, man. I saw a story about Kurt Angle. He was begging in tears. He was begging in tears for WWE to release him. But for a long time, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't release him. They kept him right up under their thumb all this time. He was a hostage because they would not release him. Now that he's gone, he probably never come back to wrestling again. I don't know. You know, it would be pretty shocking to see him on AEW. It would be pretty shocking to see him on AEW. I would love to. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen at all. What do you all think? Give me a call. We got 6 minutes before we get out of here. We got 6 minutes before we get out of here. Give me a call at 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. I told y'all we cover a lot. We're probably gonna get back to the format where we have a topic and we talk about that topic for X amount of time. But there's so much going on right now, man. It's real difficult for me to just stick on one topic. It's real difficult, man, because we have so much to cover. If I stick on one topic, if I try to do it the quote unquote the regular way, if I try to do it the regular way, we're gonna miss so much. It's gonna be so much we're going to miss. And I don't want to miss anything. I really want to be able to bring the conversation about everything that's going on wrestling. Now, we didn't talk a lot about WWE today. We didn't cover a lot with WWE because one of the reasons because AEW is doing so much. AEW is doing so much, so a lot of time we don't get an opportunity to cover everything that we want to cover. Just can't do it. We only here for 1 hour. It's almost like Rampage, man. Rampage has so much to cover in that 1 hour window. It's very difficult to get it all in. It's very difficult. And so that's what we're up against right now, trying to get everything in a certain amount of time. Can we do it? No. Will it work? Absolutely not. But we're gonna do the best we can, though. We're gonna do the absolute best we can and continue to do the best we can every Thursday. We're here every Thursday from 12 o'clock until 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right here on DKM Media Group and Associates. So if you get an opportunity, please spread the word, share the broadcast, and continue to come back. And if you get an opportunity, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. I want to hear different perspectives. Whether you agree with me or don't, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to agree with me. Just give me your perspective. And if I agree with you, I'll tell you I do. But if not, I'm going to call it hogwash. It is what it is. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to call it hogwash. I'm going to say, man, just come on, man. Man, come on, man. I'm just what I'm going to do. Man, come on, man. Good and well that, come on, man. And so it's a lot going on right now. It's a very exciting time. It's an amazing time right now to be a wrestling fan. And if you know somebody that hadn't looked at wrestling for a long time, introduce them to AEW. Introduce them to AEW. Sit down with them for a few minutes and explain to them who is who and what they're doing. I guarantee you, if you do that, it won't take long for you to have a brand new wrestling fan. You have a brand new wrestling fan. I can promise you. I'm good. I'm getting myself set up to get out of here. So y'all bear with me for a second. I'm getting everything lined up. Let me see here. Let me bring this back up. There we go. Good deal. Now we're pretty much set. Good. It's been a great broadcast. It's been a great broadcast. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing WWE, Lord, my Jesus. I'm now with WWE. Ain't that something? Now with WWE. I've been talking bad about them guys all this time. Now with WWE. Yeah, right, really. Okay, it is now 12:57. I want to thank everybody for joining us. More than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and Table Ladders and Talk for being a part of your evening. It is now 11:57. You're about to exit Table Ladders and Talk, but before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. When you go out there, find somebody and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you could do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. Now we shine some of this light of you from Table Ladders and Talk. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love or body slam, suplex, put them in a figure four. Anyway, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. You'll have a great day. Look forward to seeing you all next week. Come back and join us. Got some great matches that's coming up, man. We got a lot of information that we need to cover. AEW right now is absolutely blowing up. AEW is blowing up right now. There's some people that say they don't like it, but I wish they would call in and talk to me and tell me the reason why. Maybe I'm looking at this thing wrong. If they don't like it for whatever reason, call in and let me know why you don't like AEW. What is it that you have against AEW? And one of the arguments that, and again, one of the arguments that a lot of people say is, well, only thing they're doing is they're picking up a lot of the talent from this, or they're picking up a lot of talent from that. Boy, you guys, I'm looking at the roster right now, man. There's a lot of guys on this AEW roster that has never stepped foot in WWE. There's a lot of guys that has never stepped foot in WWE at all. Now they do have some of the guys that has been in WWE, but you know, if they leave, if they choose to leave or get fired from one company, is it AEW's fault that they decided to let them go? Is it AEW's fault that they want to give these guys another opportunity in a bigger, in a better, I guess I can't say bigger, but in a better organization? Give them an opportunity to come out there and continue to do the things that they love to do. They love to wrestle, man. They want to be on a wrestling show. They want to be on a wrestling podcast where they can actually showcase their talent and the things that they can do. Not only that, every show I see in AEW is sold out. It's not like Impact got, you know, at one point Impact, you know, they was lucky if they had 25 people in the audience. And they try to put them all in one little area to make it look like they got a big crowd. Now you don't have a big crowd. You just got a few people in one area, and you zoom the camera in on that one area and try to make it look larger than what it is. But go to an AEW event. If you get an opportunity, go check out one of their events. If they come to your city, your town, your state, go to the event. Have a great time. Enjoy yourself. Call me and let me know what the experience was like. Call, let me know what the experience is like. But anyway, we're about to get out of here for today. Again, I want to thank you for joining us, man. You'll have a great day. Continue to bless each other, man. Continue to look at wrestling and continue to support Table, Ladders, and Talk. Have a great one. Love you. Take care of each other and be strong.